Hello, my name is Trina, better known as Darkwing Doll or vice versa. This is going to be part 5 of how I create a portrait using colored pencil. I'm doing a portrait of this patron on my Patreon called Lady of Fire Poetry. I want to show you how the drawing has turned out so far. This is how it turns out so far. It looks so far so good. I've been taking my time with it. And it's best to take my time when I do these portraits so that they turn out nice. So that's how it looks so far. I'm going to work more on the face and more on the hair today. And also, I have a new set of colored pencils, which I said I was going to purchase. Thanks to Lady of Fire Poetry, I was able to have money to purchase these colored pencils. So the funds that she donated to my patron went towards colored pencils, so I can start on another project, which is this portrait that I'm doing of her. I got these type of pencils. They're called Prismacolor Premier, and they're the soft core pencils. And these colors, I like the colors because they're very vibrant, and that's the kind of colors I want to use on her face. So yeah, I'm going to get going with it. And as I did before, I'll show you as I work. I'm in the kitchen because I'm keeping track of some baked tofu I put in the oven, so multitasking just a little bit. I'm just kind of feeling tempted to put pink into the color of her face, so that's what I'm going to do right now. And I'll show you as I do it. I try to put it in lightly, the colors in lightly and not too dark. Coming in lightly with color, just slowly adding on color. See how that adds a little bit? I put it over in, it'll be to my right, it'll be your left, but I put it over in the corner, some of the pink, if you can see that. So I'm going to just kind of do a little bit of that all over her face. I don't want her face to be completely just yellow. I want to emphasize the fact that she does have brown pigment. She is a brown-skinned woman, and beautiful tones in her face. Like I said before, I've seen photos of her in different photos other than this one where it's just bronze, you know. So yeah. I try to be really delicate when I'm drawing a face, or especially, you know, because the slightest thing that's off, it can make the drawing a bit off. So I'm just shading them with a little bit of pink. And yeah, it's looking good. Adding a little bit of warmth to it, actually. The pink seems to complement the yellow. So it's okay to explore and try different things. You know, experiment with color. I used to be afraid to mess with color because I was so used to working in black and white. Let's see if you can see the difference from me adding the pink into the face. Yeah, it makes a difference. It seems like adding the pink to the yellow, it kind of makes the features pop just a little bit. So the small variances in color can make all the difference in the world, from getting as close of a likeness as you can to that person you're drawing. And believe me, I'm sure that they won't be mad if the portrait you do for them doesn't look exactly like them. If it has a good likeness of them and it has the same spirit that you feel when you see that person, then I'm sure they'll love it. People are so worried about what others will think about their art. As long as your art comes from your heart, expressing straight from your heart, then you can't go wrong. I'm going to give her a little bit of line indication for her cheekbones, just a little bit. When you do the cheekbones, you want to make sure you don't do it too much, because she doesn't have it pronounced. It's not pronounced lines or anything. It's just subtlety. So you get into the subtleties of shading. So there we go. That's what it looks like so far. Whoops. It's coming more and more to life. And when I start to feel like I can't do any more on it, then I stop. Because if I do more when I'm not feeling it, then, like I've said before, it's not going to be good. It's not going to look good. And I want it to look good. I'm going to put a little bit of pink in her lips too. See. She's got interesting shaped lips. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is looking good. Let me show you guys. I'll leave you out of it. See how it really does, adding that pink to it really does make things pop, makes the texture of the skin pop a little bit more. So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit of pink. I notice in the upper right hand corner, which should probably be your left, I guess, it's a little bit darker on the forehead towards the, you know, on the left hand. Yeah, it's your left hand corner, it's a little bit darker. So I'm going to see if I can come in with a little bit of pink on that side. And then I'll gradually add more brown to the pink, but not too much brown. Not brown, maybe a terracotta, because the brown might be a little too dark. So, slowly adding color to her face. And I did recently get a comment from Lady Fire Poetry, and she likes it, so. And Lady Fire Poetry, there's people that have been enjoying me doing this portrait, and they can't wait to see what happens when it's done. I can't wait either. That's the excitement of doing a portrait. You never know how it's going to turn out. But if you put a lot of love and care into it, it'll turn out just fine. So this is looking good so far. I want to see it. Can you see it so far? Yeah, it's looking good. I always like the look on people's faces or the comments that people make when I draw a portrait of them. You draw somebody's face, you see a side of them that probably you never saw before, because you're looking so close up at every little thing, every little feature on their face, trying to capture the magic of the personality they have. So yeah, looking good. Right? Look at that. Doing a little more color to her face. Not as she's not as pale, and yeah, more vibrant. Nothing wrong with being pale if you are pale, but she's not a pale woman. So, yeah. Coming along well. So I'm going to add some pink to the neck, more pink to the neck, and underneath the chin. Because if you notice in the picture, underneath the chin, there's a dark shadow under there that follows the shape of the chin. Like I told you guys before, a portrait, when you're drawing a portrait, look at it as shapes, shadows, and light, instead of as just a face. So then that way it's less intimidating. And trust me, the more that you draw, the better you get. So, it takes patience. If you're actually interested in drawing portraits, just do it. You don't necessarily have to have a class. You don't have to be taught how to draw. You just do it if you feel it, you know. I didn't take a class before I started drawing faces. I was really inspired by my brother because he was a great artist. I don't know if he's doing any art these days, but when we were younger, I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. When we were younger, he would draw photographs out of a magazine, out of Ebony magazine to be precise, and I was so impressed at how real he would get. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, I was talking about my brother, how he inspired me to draw faces. He would draw a face. He drew this face. What was it? It was Janet Jackson. He drew a drawing of Janet Jackson right out of Ebony magazine, and it looked just like her. From the face to the hair, everything. It was beautiful, and that was inspiring for me. And it made me want to try to draw a face. And so ever since then, I've majorly enjoyed drawing faces. I like all kinds of art, but I do like drawing the face. That was my first start. So I'm going to calm down on doing the face. I think it's looking the way I want it to look right now. So what I'm going to try to concentrate on is the dreadlocks. You see I have them kind of curly, cylindrical shapes kind of deal, but I want to make it more like, okay, these are definitely dreadlocks. So I'm going to go at each dreadlock one by one. So I think what I want to do, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll use colors. I'm just going to use some brown. Is this regular brown? What's the name of this type of brown? This is light umber. You can see that, light umber. I'm sorry, my house is so dark. It's like a cave in here. I'll try to figure out how to get some really good lights so that you can see what I'm doing better. But I'll try to also take photos of the drawing once this video is done. I try to do that. If I don't get any photos attached to today's show, none to fear. You can actually go to my Instagram, because I post photographs of the artwork that I have in progress, so you can check that out. So that's looking good. See how I'm doing it and making it look like one? So this would be on, if you're looking at it, it'll be on your right. It's on my left here. So anyway, right here, that's the dreadlock that I worked on, putting the umber into it. It kind of brings it out, solidifies the dreadlock a little bit more, so it doesn't look like it's just curly hair. But it's actually the curly hair is formed into a dreadlock. And that's how I like to do dreadlocks for women or men for that matter, who have this kind of texture hair. This is how I do the dreadlocks. I do dreadlocks on Caucasian faces too that I draw. And sometimes I'll do it like that with the curly hair, but a lot of times I'll just use a different technique. So, to make it more close to the texture of the hair, more convincing. She's got really silky dreads. They're beautiful. Looks so moisturized. It kind of looks like it's a mixture of textures. Like there's some curly, some straight in there, a little bit of both. So, beautiful hair. Healthy hair. She's probably had her dreads for years. Taking care of them and everything. Important to take care of your hair. So, this is coming along. See how it looks so far? Becoming more and more defined. See? Yep. So I've got some nice soothing jazz music on in the background. It's copyright free. I'll put the link for the site, for the YouTube page in the description below, so if you want to check it out, you can. If you like to create YouTube videos, it's nice to be able to find, you know, mellow music, nothing too crazy, that you can put on to your videos if you want music in the background without getting sued. You don't want to be putting When Doves Cry in the background until they get sued. So, yeah. This is turning out beautifully. The more of this Is it light umber? Yeah, light umber. The more the light umber I add to it, the more definition the dreads are getting, if you see that. If you can see that. See that? Yeah. Pretty cool. She's a cool lady. It seems like I kind of get to know the person that I'm drawing when I'm drawing them. Because like they're looking right, especially if they're looking right at you. A little bit of brown. I'm going to put a little bit of brown underneath the eyes, just a little bit. Just got a little bit of darkness underneath it. Not because she has dark circles under her eyes, it's because of the lighting. So, it's not. So here we go. Just define it a little bit more. I'm going to define the eyelid a little bit more too. Trying not to go, I'm trying to be really careful not to go too far with getting too dark on the eyes. I have raccoon eyes. I like raccoons, but people want people's eyes, not raccoon eyes. Here we go, so far there. Look at her. The all-knowing, all-seeing representation of Mother Earth. I'm loving this. This is looking good so far. I am just having a ball with this. And that's the thing, if you're not having fun with the art that you're creating, you need to put it away. Take a break from it. And come back to it later when you feel it, you know? You don't have to finish an art project all in one day. That's surely true for me. For real. I've got a lot of projects going on at once. Because I have lots of ideas coming at me. So, there we go. This is looking good. I just realized I didn't bring pencil sharpener over here. Okay. I'll continue this, probably going to continue this, not probably, I am going to continue this, this portrait series tomorrow. So I don't want to work, like I said, I don't want to work too much on it in one day. So I think this is about all I want to work on for today. Because I think the most challenging part is not going to be the face and the dreadlocks. It's going to be more so the necklace that she has on that's peeking out of there. You see that silver necklace slowly peeking out. That's going to be the challenge, is recreating that illusion of a chain on a drawing. So yeah, that'll be fun. I think that's what I'll work more on the hair, and then what I'll do is start in on the chain. Once the chain is done, then I'm almost finished. All I need to do is put the leaves in the background, like what I wanted to do, in the corners where it's white. So yeah, that's how it's looking right now. I think it's looking good. What I'm going to do when I'm done with this drawing is I'm going to make it really nice, put it in a nice frame to preserve it. It's beautiful. I like it. I'm not saying it's beautiful to brag on myself. I have a great subject to work with. It's a beautiful model for me to work from. So yeah, that's what I've got. I'll show you the two drawings side by side. So here we go. These are two drawings side by side. You can see that well. That's how it's looking so far. And like I said, I'm going to take some photos of it and try to remember to attach those photos to today's show. Let me put these, the drawing and the photograph, back onto my drawing board here, my large extended clipboard. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. If you can see it. Can you see it well? I hope so. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's put this to the side here. Thank you so much for joining me today for this tutorial on how to draw a portrait with colored pencils. It's not like how anybody else does it, I'm sure. It's a different style, a different technique, different process, different methods. But that's the thing, is you find what works for you after years of drawing portraits. This is what works for me. And if it works for you, that's cool. Maybe I'll give you ideas on how to start a portrait. and they're so much fun. And when you finish with it and you give it to someone as a gift, or sell it on your Etsy shop, or sell it on your Etsy shop, or whatever you decide to do with the portrait that you make for this person, you know, it's special because you put your time and effort into it. You put your energy with your own hands, creating a work of art for somebody else, their face. It's precious. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you soon, probably tomorrow, for the next part, which will be part 6. Alrighty guys, stay creative and just try art in any form that you want. And you never know if you're going to be good at it if you try it. And it's not really about trying to be better than anybody else when you draw. It's about having fun and relaxing and doing something that's peaceful and stress relieving. Alrighty guys, till next time, see you tomorrow. Peace.